Greetings, YouTube. Today we don't have a vacuum, and if you're not familiar, I do vacuum repair and review videos. I'm a long-term tech in the industry, so I guess that makes me a YouTube expert. But anyways, here today we have this air purifier. It was sent to me by a random Chinese company, and who knows if it's any good. I really don't know, but it's available on Amazon. So full disclosure, this was sent to me, and if it's bad, well, you're about to see a bad review video. If it's good, you're about to see a good review video. So my cat has decided to join us, of course, but let's see what's in the box. Very plain Jane packaging, by the way. Nothing special. But high quality cardboard. It says, we got a nice little arrow pointed remote control. And we have some paper. It's a gift card for warranty. That's you can pause the video. It's very strangely worded. All right, we got a small manual. It says V1. Doesn't say auto sleep timer. Just seeing if it rates the square footage, because I was unable to get that when I was talking to the manufacturer through the email. HEPA, power 70 watts, 430 square feet. So there are our specifications. Well, that is about the size room I'm in right now. Maybe I'm in a slightly bigger room. And then they gave me a remote. So let's take a look at the remote first. No batteries. I'll have to get batteries. Kind of looks like a Roku remote. Headphone warning. Alright, well that's what we got there. Let's see what's here. We're going to plug it in. Alright, got about a 1 meter cord, or that's about 4.5 feet for you people not familiar with the metric system. And let's see what we got here. Alright. So everything, first of all, I want to say the attention to detail on having like this arrow with the remote control, and there's some marking. Everything is set up so that if you're not familiar with the product, you can figure it out. All right, let's pull the air purifier out here and actually see what's here. So if you've ever seen a Recur air purifier, this is very reminiscent of that in terms of filter. The filter has styrofoam on it. I don't really see much going on with that. We have a link screen. This is actually really good if you have pets. And then, oh, we have activated charcoal. But it's not in an airtight container, so I wonder if the charcoal is still activated. Cannot smell the charcoal like it usually can. That's kind of a bad sign. But I like how everything is labeled, and it's labeled in Chinese and English, which is a nice touch, especially in my household. Must be removed before use. And then we have this screen. Well, all these stickers get kind of on there. Let's see. I see how all this goes. Okay. Let's assembly, and then the cover's held on. Got 2 clips and some magnets. Now, let's, well, there's a child lock. Looks like it does have some sort of particle sensor in it. which is a good sign. Okay. It sensed there's particles in there and it's throttled up the filter. That's really cool. Fan speed 5. Okay, so it only has 3 speeds, but that number has something to do with the PM index, from what I can tell. It's pretty quiet. It smells more like plastic than active charcoal. So we're going to run a few more tests here. The first thing I'm going to do is we're going to run a smoke test. And then I'm going to leave this just running in the room, and we're going to see how the room smells, how this thing works after it's had at least 72 hours of operation. And then I will get back to you, and I'm going to piece all that. So this air purifier has 2 functions we're going to test. One is it has an auto setting where it will automatically raise or lower the fan speed according to the PM index that it senses. And the number here displays that. Now the other thing we're going to test is the smoke filtration, along with, I don't have a particle counter, but this smoke machine puts out about, I think it's about 2.5 microns to 5 microns worth of smoke. So we're going to see how that does. I'm going to hit the button now. So the sensor does appear to be working. Well, it looks like the number is capable of displaying the full PM index here. Give you an idea how foggy this is in here. It does not appear to be working too well. It is somewhat cleaning the air towards the back. I don't know if you can see. Whew. But it is smoky in here, folks. Now I have a exhaust fan going in the other part of the room, and the smoke seems to just be going towards that. This doesn't seem to be helping too much. So that was the first test. And you see this machine will just puff smoke occasionally. Well, let's give it one more try. Maybe a little less smoke. Maybe it'll do better. The machine intakes directly from the side. So let's see what happens when you put it closer. One more try. So there's no smoke coming out there. But the thing I think we've displayed here is that the fan is not moving enough air, really, that if you were smoking in the room, I guess chain smoking in the room, or there was a lot of stuff in the room, this wouldn't work, especially if you were like in a high rise in a city like Shanghai or something like that, where you have the pollution in the air. This would not be a viable option for that. As far as if you left this on overnight for allergies, this might work for that, but I'm not entirely sold on this. We might have to do another video just particle counting this. We don't have a particle counter right now, so definitely go check out the Patreon link. I really want to include my experience with this Amazon air purifier. I've been testing it around the house. I've put it in a variety of different rooms, and well, it's a little bit small. That's like my conclusion with this machine. And I thought I'd put some common American-sized, but not designed in America, or some of them are even made overseas, air purifiers next to this. and I won't really want to conclude what we're doing in terms of size. So I have the smallest one I run in my house, which is too small for a lot of the rooms in my house still, is the Blue Air 400 series. The 500 series is appropriate for my bedroom. And then for my living room, I use this IQ Air unit, which does my open kitchen, living room, dining room kind of area. This machine, as you can see, is the smallest of the bunch. And unfortunately, in this particular category, size does matter. This machine is not rated, its max rated is like a 300 square foot room. The only 300 square foot room I could figure out to test it in was one of my bathrooms. So this is just too small for most American houses. Even on its high setting, it just doesn't do that great. I also tried it in my 500 square foot room office where I edit videos and will be editing this video. I had it in there for a few days, and I could smell that the air was clean, but again, it was really pushing the limits of this machine, so I can't recommend this machine for anything on the larger scale. Now, if you had a studio apartment in Manhattan, maybe this might be the right option for you. Or you had a really small bedroom, I mean like a twin bedroom pushed up against the wall with a nightstand and nothing else in the room, this might work for you. Now, the reason I had this in my bathroom for the majority of the time is my bathroom is where the cat litter box was. And I was kind of hoping, running this, the cat litter smell wouldn't come as much. You know, it really hits you in the face sometimes right after the cat takes a dump. So I tried running this in there, and something I noticed this morning is I changed cat litter box last night. And if you don't have cats, this is probably maybe going above your head. But cat litter produces dust by itself. So if the cat goes in the box the day after you change it, there's a lot of dust in the air, and that dust eventually settles. So that was a good room to have this in, but I could still smell just the powder or the dust of the cat litter more than I could smell the clean air coming out of here. And as we saw in the smoke test, that was not so kind to this unit, is it really just cannot compete with some of the big boys in terms of what it does. Now, what I do like about this machine, I do like having this PM counter there. I think that's a very cool feature, especially if you were in a city with a lot of pollution. That could be very cool to see what the pollution is and how well it's doing. But I just can't see this working. Even in a smoggy city like Shanghai, this would not be enough. It's too small for even a lot of those apartments or houses over there. So it's a real shame, because I was really kind of expecting a little bit more of this unit, and I kind of, you know, when a company sends me stuff, you kind of expect me to give it a great review. It's never going to happen with performance reviews. We are always going to evaluate this product as its product. If you want to send it to me, that's great. I'll review it. But it does not mean it's going to be a good review. And this is another example of somebody sending me something for free and me not giving it flying colors. Now, one other thing I want to mention that seems to be faulty on my machine is this button does not have an LED that works. And when you put it in sleep mode, it turns it off. Now, when I put anything else in sleep mode, it just turns off the screen. This turns off the whole unit. It appears to actually just be a secondary power button. The remote feels very cheap on this as well, so that's something to note. So my conclusion is I would look elsewhere. I just would skip this all completely and go to like a Blue Air 200 series or something like that if you had a really small area. So thanks for watching. Please consider a subscription. Give this video a thumbs up if it helped you. And if we really helped or saved you money today, consider going to our Patreon page, which helps us make more videos where we have exclusive content.